everybody, to the nation of Lantheon, a mighty yet kind beacon of peace and prosperity. She is known as the Jewel of Icernia, not only because of her great wealth and high standard of living, but also because of her awe-inspiring landscape. She is most recognized for her emerald peaks, which are mountains that tower high above the luscious plains of the south. They give a subtle green glow over the surrounding region when the sun's rays reflect off the gemstone cliff sides. It is said that the god of the land, Zethlum, once made his residence here, and that the transformation of the land was a natural manifestation of his ultimate power and beauty. Past the glow of the mountains, just north of Icernia River, stands a glimmering light in the south, Luminopolis, the capital city of Lantheon. The shining city is a great source of pride and inspiration to all the land, and its central spire reaches high above the clouds. It is known as the largest center of trade in the nation, and many of Lantheon's upper clergy consider Luminopolis as their primary residence. The capital is home to the renowned First Church, where the high priest convenes with Zethlum himself and sets the law of the land. To the northeast of Luminopolis lies an enchanting forest called the Luminous Grove, often dubbed the land of the starlit trees by the locals. The forest's natural bioluminescence draws many visitors from across the nation who want to see the glowing light of the foliage, or even catch a glimpse of the elusive shrimmers who use their unique luminous camouflage to blend into this exotic environment. However, its popularity has proven to be a struggle for local authorities, as many have gone missing in the forest over the years, as there are many dangerous and cunning wildlife that have chosen to make this dense forest their home. Directly eastward are the majestic white cliffs of Axtria, which are part of the massive coastline of Lantheon, bordering the Thalanon Ocean. These white stone cliffs tower well over 400 feet above sea level, creating a mighty yet imposing view from the sea. Portions of the cliffs are mined for the highly valued mineral albacite, which can be mixed with other building materials in order to give it a type of self-healing property, very necessary for large infrastructure projects. Heading north up Lantheon's coastline brings another glowing mountain range into view. Unlike the Emerald Peaks, these mountains are enriched with chaotic and primal energy, making them unstable yet attractive to a plethora of monstrous creatures. The Kingstone Mountains is the only known location in all of Icernia to find voltaic crystals, a powerful but unbridled source of energy with sometimes unforeseen reactions. At the northernmost part of the east coast is a large expanse of terrain that is nearly blizzard-like conditions all year round. The elevation of the semi-mountainous Cryos Peak is far higher than any of Lantheon's other mountain ranges. It is here that the infamous Shrovine makes its home in a dark, frozen cave, venturing out only when its supply of fresh meat has run dry. Lantheon's largest observatory, Facility 99, is built upon one of the many frozen crests and is protected by a linguistic device capable of repelling the harsh blizzards. Along the northern border of Lantheon lies a sheer cliff that stretches from Cryos Peak to beyond the Vonkadios River and the western border of the nation. The cliff appears to have no bottom, as a great fog permanently blankets everything below as far as the eye can see. The cliffs have been dubbed the edge of the world, as many daring adventurers have tried to uncover the secrets that lie beneath the fog. However, none have returned. Approaching the final destination, the city between two rivers, Mesagoria, stands out as the most captivating city of the north. This grand city is revered for its innovation and technological advancement, and also for its pioneering research in source energy. The Genesis Academy has propelled Lantheon's military into the next era, allowing for the sure safety of its citizens, and to keep the peace even beyond their borders. As the two rivers of Mesagoria converge, we now follow the Apollum River until we reach a small town built on the bank of the river. This fishing town is called Euripus, which has grown as it provides many resources to the nearby army garrisons. It's in this town, in its busy square, that we focus on now. Past the busy market, an eye-catching performance of a masked man in the street, we find a private investigator who was called here for his particular set of skills now conversing with a guild representative. Detective Spade, describe your character.
Yes. I'm a mid-height fella, maybe 6 foot in height. You can notice I have black locks, blue eyes, and burly beard, but not too long. I'm in a nice outfit, and I am brought to this guild representative where I am looking for a Scorn.
You said you're looking for Scorn?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll get him right out for you. You see as you talk to a lesser Kendoti, characterized by the scales that cover their otherwise human-like form. And walking out, you see a very large, almost 7 foot tall, greater Kendoti, known for their dragon features in their face and the scales that kind of shimmer in the light, as it's green and gold all mixed together in his scales. So he walks out. Yeah, I'm Scorn. What's your business?
I was sent a letter. I was told you were looking for a private investigator.
You must be Detective Spade.
You'd be right.
Yes, we do have need of an investigator. So, recently a crash site of sorts have been unearthed. The military, when going through the nation, will often stumble upon things that they don't have time to take care of. This is one of those things that have been passed to our guild. We are supposed to identify the valuable resources within this crash site and return it. This will pay each involved 100 platinum. This is a very high-profile mission. Therefore, we're going to need to give you someone else to go along with you to make sure everything goes well. We don't know the exact problems that you may encounter or what you'll have to go through, and we definitely don't want anything being stolen along the way. So we need someone with some muscle. I have procured him. Boulder, this is your partner. Why don't you describe your character, Boulder?
I look over and you see this massive giant. As he stands up from his chair, he's 11 feet tall, just towering over the rest of the people in the building. And wearing this massive heavy armor that looks like it probably weighs a couple 100 pounds. Just these thick slabs of steel basically covering him on all sides except for where he needs his mobility. With this large handlebar mustache and some nice blonde hair. And he walks over, looking down, you can see his blue eyes. Well, I see I'll be tagging along with you then today.
You'd be right. I could use an extra set of hands. But I do have a couple questions before we
Yes,
move
of
on.
course.
What specific kind of crash site is this?
Glad you asked. There was not much identified about this, but based on the soldier's report, we have determined that the make of the ship is likely Cleonian, which means it was an actual device they would use to fly between locations. Advanced technology, such that probably existed before the Flood of Tears.
Interesting.
It was unearthed during a Rallic invasion. Looks like invaders were trying to use underground tunnels and caverns to evade our military. And when they were discovered, a battle ensued. And the result was actually they unearthed something in the ground, and it was the ship.
So what am I exactly looking for?
What you'll have to do is go along the river. The Apollo River is within 500 feet of this crash site. you will be able to go alongside it, and as long as you keep an eye on it, should be on the right of you. It should be along the right of you. It should be obvious. There's a large metal piece sticking out of the ground now. They uncovered a good amount of it, and then they had to move on, and they left it to us. If this is in fact Cleonian, there is certain things that we will want to be looked for specifically. We will want you to find the energy source that powers the ship, if it is still intact. It's what we have called here living metal. Something that has, well, the name describes the properties you will see in it. It looks like metal, but it's amorphous and it changes. And it's a great power source that can power many things. And it's very valuable, and that's why we're paying so much for it. Lantheon wants it. So not only will you be getting paid, but you will be serving your country.
Sounds like a good job.
So we're just looking for an energy source?
The energy source, yes, and check cargo, check anything in the ship. Anything that looks of any kind of value, bring it. But specifically the energy source is what is the most valuable. If you come back with nothing, we can't pay you.
That sounds fair.
And you don't suppose there'll be any people alive?
Considering the vehicle is likely before the flood, so hundreds of years ago, unlikely.
I have a proposition, which is, if we're looking for other stuff than just the power source, we should get a cut for whatever it's worth from all the other loot as well in the ship.
Any additional loot will be evaluated at the time of you getting back here. And we won't inherently own it, so obviously if you don't think we're giving you a fair price for it, you can take it somewhere else. So any additional loot is inherently yours, but we would likely be buying it off of you. Any other questions?
I'm good to go.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what we're dealing with, but I'll do my best to figure it out.
You should be able to exit out the east gate and follow along the river. You should come upon it. It'll be close to a day's walk, but it won't be much farther than that.
Do we not get a ship?
If you'd like to take a ship, you can rent one. We can give you a bit of advance, and you can take a ship. But that's about all we can offer. We can't actually afford to pay it completely out of our own pocket.
If we get a ship, then we can bring back more from the ship, not the other, from the Cleonian ship, and make more money off of that. I think it would be worth it.
That's true. But depending on where this ship landed, the crash site could provide more use to clues if we take the walk.
But we should be able to see from the ship if there's anything interesting.
I would say that's likely. You would likely be able to see the crash site from the ship. And then you can stop there and look around. But I cannot guarantee it. It's just from the size that was described to me. I haven't seen this personally. It seems likely.
I suppose if the ship is what you want to take.
I think it would be better.
So is that the plan then? You guys are going to go rent a ship? Okay. So, Boulder, being in this town a bit longer than Detective Spade is, you're able to walk him over to where you know the ship yard is, and able to start working on getting a ship there. You do see what looks to be a very slender reptilian person kind of at the shipyard. Looks like he's doing some kind of paperwork as you guys are approaching.
Hello, sir. Do you work here at the shipyard?
Yes, I do.
Would I be able to rent a ship from you by any chance?
Let's see. of a ship available.
Alright, well, I would like to rent one out pretty much right away.
As you wish, I will get the captain of the ship. I assume you'll need someone to drive the ship, or are you seaworthy yourselves?
I'm not. Unless you are.
We'll take the captain.
Understood. That will
We need
be
someone to watch the ship anyway.
that will be a entire platinum then for the captain and the ship, but for the entire day.
That's a lot, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think we
He
can
did
do
give
that.
you, sorry, I didn't specify this, but he did give you each 10 of the 100 as like a down payment, and that's what you can use to pay this as well. All right, thank you. Captain, we have a customer.
I'll get you a meal when we get back to pay you back.
All right, then out comes a looks like a very worn wolf person. So you know them as Interari, the half wolf men like creatures. They're not super common in Lantheon. They're a bit more common in the north where you guys are, but even then it's still rare to see them, as they do prefer the colder climates. But yeah, this man looks very sea-weathered. He's got very thick leather jacket on. He actually looks like he has some kind of scar across his eye. He doesn't have an eye patch or anything, but he has a scar across one side of his eye. And kind of looks around. All right. Just the two of you today?
Mm-hmm.
All right, follow me onto my ship. As you guys go down, it's not a very big ship, as they don't need a huge ship for just carrying the two of you and some cargo. Seems like it's built for just travel or speed and not meant to be on the great ocean. It's meant for river travel, so it's not huge, it's not super elaborate. But it is better than just like a little boat that you just row or something. You know, it is full, has full sails, and still is able to travel much quicker than you would be able to do on foot.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys are getting in the ship, he's like, "All aboard?"
Yeah.
And why don't you both make a perception check?
16.
1.
Detective doing a good job there.
18.
Okay, you guys don't see anything
Alright.
out of the ordinary. We're like a little nervous about like the boat didn't seem very stable, and you might get a little seasick, you know, so you just were really thrown off at initially getting on the boat and weren't really paying attention to anything around you.
And when I got on it started shaking even more.
It's true. Actually, that was a concerning thing, because looks like the captain didn't realize how much weight would be put on by the giant. And having Boulder step onto the ship, you see like the whole ship tips, and he kind of like puts down some counterweight somewhere, like, "Oh my, how much do you weigh?"
Well, I don't know exactly. I don't know how I'd find the right number, but most people say that my armor is around 200-300 pounds-ish, and I have enough weight to support that. So, probably a lot.
Probably like 700 pounds.
Somewhere around there, most likely.
Oh, yeah. This ship should support it. And you see him actually take a couple things out of the ship and send it on shore as he...
Yeah, I've sailed on smaller ships than this. I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right. Well, let's get on our way then. Oh, that's fun. No one gets seasick, right?
No, I don't do that.
Good. So, traveling on this river, it's definitely like a river, so it is rushing, and you guys aren't exactly going with the current super well. So you see the wind's in your favor, the current isn't exactly in your favor. So it's not like you're traveling at high speeds here or anything like that. As at one point he notices the current getting too bad that he calls the two of you to help him row the ship actually underneath. Why don't you both make a strength check, see how you guys do with this.
Can I have advantage?
Sure.
23.
3.
Alright, so you said 23? Okay, so Boulder, you are definitely like the only one putting in effort. You even see that the captain's snapped at one point, and he's like, "Oh man!" But he just looks over and just kind of lets you you're pushing everyone along. You're just flying through the river, and it's all on you. You're just like, yeah, this is every Tuesday workout for me.
Yeah,
and then
sounds about right.
And as you just start going through the river, then the current slows down a little bit. Still not in your favor, but it does slow down as the wind actually picks up more, whistling past you and pushing you beyond. So the ride becomes a bit easier at that point. It's been about a few hours now, and he kind of calls out, "So you guys were looking for the crash site, you said?"
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think we're probably nearing the area. I would keep a lookout outside and definitely make sure you're hitting that. Why don't you guys make a perception check then?
9.
7.
It should be big. It shouldn't be that hard to find.
That's true.
And wouldn't you have advantage on perception?
Okay, you're lucky this man is sharp as a tack today. So... there it is, right there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Alright, I'll put her down. So as he kind of pulls a little bit closer to the shore, he drops the anchor, and he has this long plank that he puts out so he doesn't have to have like a separate rowboat or anything. Because the river's not... It drops off pretty significantly after the bank of the river. So he's able to go pretty close to the edge, and then this big plank is able to get you on shore. It's a little low, so you kind of have to jump at the edge there, but looks safe enough.
Yeah.
Alright, why don't the two of you make another perception check? Or just make a mistake.
11.
16.
15.
Okay, are you gonna... You want to use any kind of ability to...
Yes, I'm going to use... As soon as... If I see anybody start to notice me, I'm going to use my soul stealth ability.
Alright. Yeah, so you see, like, as you try to follow them, the captain is not paying attention. And there he is not looking, he's not caring. But you start to... The board going down is incredibly creaky as you go... "Rrrr!" So as they're already off of it, that you know you totally made a sound that probably alerted to your attention.
What was that?
I'm not sure. Probably just a board.
Yeah. It probably is cracking or something because of me stepping on it. Alright, well, let's go investigate this crash site.
Indeed.
So, as you get further from the river and closer to this site, looking at it, what is visible to you is just a large... It almost looks like a bunker because it's just like a large metal door kind of jutting out of the ground. You see some trees and rocks around it, almost keeping it a little bit hidden, but the big, large metal piece is just sticking right out. So that's obvious to everyone. Looking kind of like, how much do you guys go around, or are you just going right in it?
I'm looking around it.
Okay, so why don't you guys both make a perception check?
I still have my ability active.
16.
14.
Walking around it, you see that most of it is still underground. All that is basically visible is the back end of it. As even going from other sides, there's not anything obvious. There's no seemingly bigger disturbances in the ground. A lot of the earth around it has settled.
Are there any like hatches or anything like that airflow would go through?
Why don't you specifically make an investigation check for that?
Not that I can fit in those. 8.
You don't see anything like that, no.
Well, it looks like everything out here is pretty much clear. Let's just go in the front door.
There's nothing else abnormal that I would see.
Not on the outside, no.
Alright, well, we go to the door.
Alright. Going into the door. So you just walking right in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question I
Are you
have is,
following?
why would they send 2 specialized people for this job when there's literally a door leading right in? Something's not adding up here.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why would they have a detective?
A
Who's
detective
not
and then
looking for
someone
anything?
pretty large for no reason. I mean, whoever
could
was
I possibly
excavating
be
this
looking
could have
for?
totally grabbed it themselves. I don't get the point of this.
I'm not sure.
Alright, walking into this, something that happens after you guys get a few feet in, you're kind of looking around and it just stops. There's no obvious door. It's just a wall, and there's about like 5 feet or maybe 15, like somewhere in that range, between the where you walked in and the wall of it. So it's like it doesn't.
Is it all just metal?
Yes. And then all of a sudden you just hear, all of you hear immediately this sound in your head saying, Cleonian detected, activating, as the door behind you slams shut. And
What was that?
I'm
Why
no
don't you-
longer concentrating on that
Yes.
as my.
Why don't you describe your character, Ramil? And why don't you guys scoot over a little bit? Let
So
Ramil
I
say.
am El the Illusionist. As you can see, I have this glorious mask, which obscures my precious face underneath, which I would never want tainted. And I got these stylish gloves and amazing, flamboyant garnish on myself. Garnish? You know, to show off moi. And, you know, I just am stuck in the door, actually. The end of my suit here is stuck. And I'm just... What's going on?
Are you following us?
Let's just leave him in the door for now.
So, because his appearance is so unforgettable, we'll put it that way, you guys both realized you saw him in the town that you were in. As you guys were walking out of the place, and especially when you were in the marketplace next to the guild, he was actually right over there. He was doing some street performance and magic tricks and these kind of things next to the just all these illusion things and impressing the crowd.
What is L the Illusionist doing here? Shouldn't you be in town right about now, making some money?
I was on my way to my next gig, so yeah, I just got stuck in here somehow, you know. It's probably your guys' fault. I mean, you guys are so, you know, suspicious. I just thought I'd check you guys out.
Sure, okay. Well, now let's figure out, since the door behind us closed and we're stuck in this area, we gotta...
And as when the door closed and you heard it say activate and stuff like that, the lights turned on too. So now this area is lit, and you see there's some kind of light source.
Are there any vents on the inside, or is it just pretty much all walled off at this point?
There is like some slots on the wall, but they are very small.
Okay. Not for me.
Oh no, it ripped!
Ah, he's free. Well, let's try to break down this metal wall.
Now wait a second. There's clearly a reason. Well, you're not Cleonian, are you?
No. I'm a giant.
Hey, you. You happen to be Cleonian?
Obviously not. Cleonians aren't even welcome here. So,
Are
I don't know what
you?
you're talking about.
Interesting. Well, one of us has to be.
Well, someone's wearing a mask to cover his precious face, so I think he's the most suspicious there.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
I don't think that's very outrageous to say.
I think it's very outrageous to say.
Well, I don't really care.
That is absurd. I can't believe you would say something like that.
Should we try to break down this door now?
No, that won't help us solve anything. We gotta figure out how to get, well, I assume, down.
Yeah.
Dude, there's gotta be something within this box.
We're stuck! There's no doors!
And whose fault is that?
Al, which wall are you touching right now?
The door. The one that was a door.
Okay.
That is no longer a door.
Yes, it doesn't really react to anything.
I like knock on it. Help! Help!
The only guy near us
Please!
is the captain, and he's not gonna hear you.
Do I
So,
see
stop
anything
talking.
abnormal, or is it just
Make a
plain
perception check.
white?
Why don't all of you make a perception check while you're in here?
Nice. That's good.
That's a 4 for me.
I had a 20.
I got 11.
There are markings on one of the sides of the wall. That's the only thing that stands out to you.
Does anybody know what these markings are?
I don't think they're ringing any bells.
Do I know what these are?
You're pretty sure it says open door. But
What is this?
the weird thing is it doesn't seem to be in any foreign language. It just says open door.
Oh. Guys, you can't read?
They're just
I'm
symbols.
pretty
on
confident
the
I
wall.
can read. Those markings are not a language.
I'm pretty sure you're dumb, because that says open door.
Well, then why don't you hit it and open a door for us?
It says open door. It's in common.
It is not uncommon.
It is. Guys, you literally can't read. Look. And so I go over there and I like kind of trace out the letters to open door.
Making contact with it, you see the energy that you typically produce when doing your illusions, and your soul energy is actually reacting to the door as it's putting out energy, and the door glows every time you touch it.
I think we figured out who the Cleonian is.
Hey, this has nothing to do with a Cleonian. This is all soul reactive.
Well, move away. Let me try to attack that door with whatever weird finger powers.
Do you have soul energy?
No.
Well, I do.
Well, probably because you're like Cleonian or something.
Soul walkers are not Cleonian.
Soul Walker. Aren't those guys like pretty interesting? I think I heard of those a few times.
You guys know nothing.
Alright, we'll just have you open this door.
I don't know how to open the door. I just know that it glows.
Continue like tracing out those letters.
Open door. Do you guys not see this thing?
It does, like, as you keep making contact, especially if you like lift your finger off every time you do a letter, or are you like tracing every letter on the door?
Tracing every letter.
the longer you're making contact with the door, the more your energy keeps spreading through it, and you do at one point see it creaks.
Oh, wait, what?
Hey, keep pushing your energy onto that door.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is kind of exhausting, honestly.
Just go for it.
Well, we're not gonna get out if you don't.
Fine! I just like,
Alright, making contact with it, it does, you feel it like suck power away from you as the door lifts
how
up.
much exhaustion does that cost?
3%.
That's not much. Well, wait, is this the door that we just came from, or is this a different door? Like inside the ship?
Is this a different... Oh, this is not the one you came from. This is the one leading inside the ship.
Okay, so it should be at like a angle downwards,
so at this
right?
point-
Why does this?
This has been removed.
Wouldn't the floor be angled down as well, since it's like crashed?
It's somewhat angled down.
Okay,
but it's
not
not.
like a
It's
lot?
not like a steep angle.
Okay.
Why did this open, but the other one didn't? That's what I want to know. How do I get out?
Don't worry about that right now. Let's just find this power source.
Power source.
Just make sure you keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Well, in worst case, we can handle him and give him to the police people.
Okay, how are you gonna handle me if you guys can't go anywhere without me? Exactly.
After the fact.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well,
let's go
you
in.
clearly didn't see the open door on the wall, so you can't really go anywhere without us either, can you?
Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention. All right.
You just get locked in a ship.
So are
and
you guys
decide not to
going? Are
pay
you guys
attention.
going to the next room?
Yes.
Is the whole ship lit up at this point?
The next room those have lights in it. Yeah.
I would like to perceive the area.
All right. Walking into it, you guys can even move your little characters if you want into the room that is now open to you.
I think we can keep him in the back.
Why don't you guys make a perception check then? Anyone who wants to.
I definitely do. That's nice.
I got a 5.
16.
23.
Nice. Okay. So immediately, Detective Spade, you see a lot of boxes and crates around you. And they all look like something has like either broken in or broken out of them. And there is one other thing that catches your eye. These are lining all the walls and even some of the main area. But then one thing on the floor seems to really pique your attention, and it just shines and glimmers, and then it changes a little bit. It shines a little bit. It's a small piece of something. And you see everything besides that. You barely see anything.
I'm poking the wall.
Yeah.
So what are these? On further exploration of these boxes, what do I see? Like if I'm looking at them, does it look like something has gotten out of them, or does it look like something more has gotten into them?
Getting closer, it looks like something got into them. Something opened them up.
Okay. It's like it's already
It's
been.
already been looted.
Yeah.
Is there anything, if we look through the boxes, is there anything in there, or are they completely wiped for what they had, or?
You don't see anything in the boxes. They're empty.
Looks like someone got here before us.
Dude, I don't think this wall does anything anymore.
Now, does it look like someone pried the boxes open, or does it look like they were like is everything sealed off like the rest of this room, or were these boxes broken into?
It looks like it looks like someone must have gotten in here and pried open the boxes. So it looks delicate.
Oh, yeah.
Like so it was a person doing it.
But it was definitely looted.
Yes.
Well, let's probably go to the other room then. It doesn't look like there's anything
Now,
out of
wait
these empty
just
boxes.
1 second. There's something on the floor there. Hey,
Oh.
can you see that on the floor?
What, that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I know what
shining
you're talking
thing?
about. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I guess, yeah. Yes, I'm gonna go pick up the object straight up.
Just, why don't you roll a d20?
Ooh.
18.
18.
18 big ones. I pick up that object
With style.
with clean precision.
Okay, immediately after picking up the object, it leaves your hands as you feel it charge with your energy a little bit, and it just latches onto your mask and absorbs it.
Hey, it's a good
Leonians are weird.
What just happened?
I go over and like take a look at his
Whatever
mask.
you just picked up is on your face.
It doesn't feel weird. Does it look weird?
It looks the same.
Huh.
They're like absorbed into your mask.
That better not.
That's
have
really
living
disturbing,
metal.
actually.
Why don't all of you make a perception check?
$13.
Did you make one?
17.
No.
That's an 18.
11.
That's 18.
Okay. So, all of a sudden, Detective Spade, when he picked that up, you realize that El the Illusionist's shadow started moving by itself away as you see it kind of go up against the wall and something start reaching for him.
Oh, there's something behind you.
Oh my goodness! I like lunge forward the other direction away from this thing. Whatever
Alright.
it is. Help me!
That is weird. Why do we take this job?
So,
I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, can my sword even hit a shadow?
Dude, it's alive and it's looking at me!
That's what it did with an 18. What would have happened? if
So
that
looking
won?
at this map, this creature is coming off the wall next to El, and as it's forming, it seems to be all you see is just some small white eyes as the shadowy form kind of grows at almost 9 feet tall, almost your height. As just its body is like
shorter.
inproportionally small as its limbs just stretch out around. What are you guys doing?
I'm backing up.
All right.
I am also backing up.
So y'all just kind of get out of there like immediately, or what?
Well, there's nowhere else to go.
Actually,
right?
it's something I do as I'm backing up. I pick up my like a crate behind me and I throw it at it to see if it
All right, make
even
a roll.
hits it. 5.
You just see it throws too far. You didn't even hit it.
I throw another one.
Throw another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Get up! Get up! Please!
He's just kind of slowly walking over. As it throws, it kind of hits like by an arm, but you just see his arm just going right through it.
That's not good.
Now, do we even know if this thing can hurt us? It is a shadow.
And physical objects pass through.
Is it talking or saying anything at all?
It's just kind of slowly walking towards all of
I'm
you.
looking around, seeing if there's a way of escape.
I think it's after
Make a
him. We can
perception
just. I don't
That's a
really
good
want to
point.
just let him die.
10.
You do not see one.
I can go back the way I came, right?
Into the room that has no exit, yes.
Yes. Okay, I phase shift and go over there.
Is it
Alright.
possible to take off your mask or something? Just give it to him.
No, no, no! And I phase shift immediately.
Alright,
He's
so
gone.
you want to move L into the other room. Alright, all of a sudden he's just gone. There's the two of you. And you see him for a moment the shadow kind of looks over and looks back at you.
We didn't do anything.
And it kind of just slowly comes to you. Anything else you guys are doing?
Maybe it's not that bad.
I'm not exactly sure what we do here.
Yeah. I kind of want to try hitting it with my sword, but what if it isn't terrible?
It just puts its hand on your shoulder, Boulder.
Can I, like, definitely feel it?
You feel it, yes.
Oh.
And all of a sudden you feel something happening as your power seems to be draining suddenly as you see it.
Can I rip him? Can I try and rip him away from the
Yes,
grass?
make a d20 roll.
A 4.
Luckily, he rolled terribly, so yes, you successfully rolled.
Oh my goodness, yeah, this guy's not good. I pull out my large
You
claymore.
lost 5% exhaustion.
I pull out my claymore
I
to get ready to
throw,
strike.
Like from the other room, 3 glowing purple energy playing cards at this man that's attacking him.
Alright, make rolls for...
I did, and I got a 13, a 17, and a 3.
Alright, so you see him notice as the first one slices right across the back of him. You see him... There's like a shriek in the air as the purple energy resonates around where you hit him.
Oh.
And then he ducks for the other one and actually stretches and forms and dodges most of the next one as well. As he now focuses more towards you, El, noticing you.
Oh no, please!
So, in retaliation, I pull out my claymore and I infuse it with lightning bolt. So I just go to hit it, and if I hit him, it would just have like lightning normally from the air, but in this case, since there's a roof, basically like generate on it and then strike down on him. But if it goes through him, then it'll just strike the floor, like where he is.
You're just aiming for him with the
Aiming
lightning.
for him, yeah.
Okay, why don't you make a roll for that?
13.
Alright, he kind of started distracting, going towards it, off of the lightning. You see,
Did my sword go through him or no?
it seemed to like, it went through him basically all the way, yes. It didn't seem to affect him, but you did feel
A little
some
bit of
resistance
Okay.
when you were going through him. Like, it wasn't completely not there. There
Okay.
was some of him physically there too. And as the lightning comes down, you see the form actually kind of like flickers almost as he kind of goes, he shrinks back down to like more extended feet. And then he looks still at El, and you see 4 shadow tentacles reach out towards El. Why don't you make, what are you doing?
I jump to the side, hopefully getting around the curve of the wall.
You were successful. He hit on the wall as it missed there. What are you guys doing?
Somebody help me!
Detective Spade.
He's still looking at us,
He's looking towards El still.
but he's still by us.
Yes. He's currently why don't you move a little bit past Detective Spade? And that's where he
So he's
is.
sort of
Yeah, like
here.
right there.
So,
And you guys are probably backed up more towards that wall at this point.
Okay. So I look at Boulder and I'm like, you try to help him. I'm gonna see if there's anything more I can find in this room to get us to that next area.
All right. Okay, I take my large claymore again, and I just do the exact same thing as last time. But this time I'm going like right behind him, so he doesn't even see me if possible.
Same lightning attack?
Mhm.
Okay. Roll again.
11.
Alright, that's enough. As the lightning hits again, it zaps him as he seems to lose more energy. Then he turns towards you as he reaches out again, grabbing onto your chest, draining
And
energy.
can I move away?
Make a roll.
Not one.
Yeah, no, you don't. When he's grabbing you, tendrils wrap around you as well, binding you, and you feel 1%, 2%, 3%.
Well, then as this is going on, because it's mostly around my chest, right?
correct.
I still have my arms movable, so...
It's wrapped around your arms, so like you're like this.
Oh, okay. Then I go for a nice kick in the groin if possible, but he might not even have anything there for all I know.
You You can try to kick him, yeah.
Alright.
Big attack. Detective Spade, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna try and perceive the area, see if there's
17.
anything I can use against this man. Because I figure he's using energy, but none of his physical attacks have actually affected him, so I'm basically useless.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I got a 17 for my kick.
Alright. You see the kick, you felt something. He didn't react strongly, but a couple of tendrils kind of broke off as he lost some focus. So that you did kick him, but there was something there, but it was not much.
I come running around the corner and my hands go together and pull out like a energy katana and just and slice right down on him. Just try to do something.
Alright, make an attack roll for that.
That is a 1.
Alright, as you come in. What? Come on, man. This
So
could have been
very
so cool.
Yeah.
You actually trip as you see something like one of the crates that was thrown at him before and left some debris on the ground, and you completely just fall as the sword comes down and cuts like a little bit of his toe. But that's about it. You see, so you see him he does react immediately as that really hurts, but nothing substantial happened. You just fall right in your face.
Ow! Ow there! Oh!
So Detective Spade, you do
I lose
notice
concentration
that,
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Detective Spade, you do notice that off on one of the walls, there is a similar marking to what you've seen before. And when you first spotted the marking earlier.
There's no items or anything else that I see on the floor.
Not in this room, unfortunately.
Hey, L!
What?
I think this is another open door thing.
I look over there, what is it?
It says open door.
Oh, it is! You're right!
Maybe we can find something useful in this other area.
My
We have a small problem
Up here, right over there.
Alright. You see, as soon as L phases past, so when you phase, actually, what you see is. Well, actually, make a perception check. I should have done this the first time
12.
you phased, but when phased, you see him, and then you actually look over and you see 2 more sets of white eyes looking off at you, from like looks to be another room, and all their eyes are kind of following you as you phase.
Okay, I come out of the base. Dude, there's like way more. And they're in the other room. I don't know if we should go over there. But at the same time, what else are we gonna do?
If they were gonna hurt us, wouldn't they just come through the wall? How do we know what's exactly over there?
I don't know either. So I just put my hands on the wall and just hope for the best.
At this point, it has drained 7% exhaustion from you, Boulder. As you see him regaining his strength and starting to get bigger.
Well, I once again do my best to break away.
Make a roll. Are you going to use any ability to try to break as well? Or?
If I do, can I re-roll with that?
Why?
No reason. Well, I attempt to break away, but when I'm realizing that I'm not strong enough to break his like weird grasp, I use Thunder
What was
Pulse.
your roll?
A 2. So I use Thunder Pulse and like try to grab onto him as much as I can, basically just eliminating his senses and just causing him to basically fall over as if he's been struck by lightning.
Alright, why don't you make one more roll for that?
A 7.
Okay, well, it does actually affect him enough to break his concentration.
That's good.
As it goes out and shocks through his body, you see him, all the tendrils kind of just fade into nothing as his hand kind of comes back to him. his arm is like shriveled and smaller now. And he looks back over to Elle, and in the blink of an eye, is right next to him.
Is the door open
He
yet?
also phase shift. Have you been putting your hand
Yeah.
up the whole time? Yes, at this point, this door is now open, and there's a small room over there.
Well, I guess I should move the two over here.
It's a small room, and it looks like it has like 2 seats in it, and lots of like switches and buttons in here. And there's actually, it looks like cracked in glass was once at the front of it, but dirt has now kind of filled and spilled into this room. And everything is lit and on and turned on in this room too.
Can I just get in one of the seats and I'm just gonna start flicking buttons?
Okay, why don't you make it just a general intelligence check, see if you can figure this thing out.
Got an 8.
Also, while this guy is attacking
That's
me,
pretty-
I'm
better
gonna
than
put
that,
up
I
my my barrier.
Alright, someone's attacking you?
Yes, the man.
8 is good for someone who
He
doesn't
kind of
have
comes down and
If you think about it.
tries going around your barrier.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna try
Yeah,
to
I'm
position?
trying to.
Why don't you just make a roll, see how well you're defending him?
That's a 4.
Well, the barrier helps, and most of like him going in and around, you are able to block. And you see it kind of burns away the shadow as it touches the barrier. He kind of backs away. But there was one he's able to get around and push, and it only really shoved you, but you did feel 1% of exhaustion drain from your body.
Well, since the guy moved over, that's the same guy who was attacking me earlier, right? Or is
Yes.
this okay? I run up behind him, and this time I go for the same lightning bolt attack. It's proved pretty useful in the past so far, so I hit him from the back again.
All right.
11.
Hitting him in the back, you hit. As you hit him, you just see the form compress down, and as the light dissipates the shadow.
That took
Yes!
enough.
Yes! Let's go! Oh,
Elle, come over here. Sit down. Let's figure out how to get what these buttons do.
what button? I
Buttons,
walk
I
over
like
there. I'm like,
buttons.
oh my.
I go over there and I also start flicking buttons.
Okay,
I prevent him.
why don't both of you get make intelligence checks too?
That's a 12.
Better than yours. 14.
Okay,
How'd you get better than all of us?
there is
Great.
one button that is labeled, and you can read it, and it says "Open Bay."
Open bay.
Now wait a second. Did you say there was something?
Yeah, it's
Over
over
there.
in that other room.
So maybe we shouldn't press that button.
That's kind of what I'm
That's
thinking.
probably where the
Just
stuff
how
is
do we
that
get
we
out of
need,
here?
yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
Boom.
Where's the open escape hatch
Did
button?
you push the "Open Bay" button?
Yeah.
All right. So
We need to get in there eventually.
Dude, what'd you do?
We're not gonna get paid if we don't get in there.
opening
This is
that.
why I don't go on missions with muscle.
You see this wall fold down.
I walk over. I start looking around.
All right. So make a perception check. Up.
9. Indeed.
Okay. Looking around, this room appears to... There's a lot of light in this room. It appears to probably have the most concentration of energy. And right in this area, pretty much centered here, I'll just kind of roughly represent it here, is a pillar that is cylinder, and it has some kind of material floating kind of in the middle of it. And you see it changing shape, and it looks metallic.
I think that's what we're here for.
Is my objective complete?
Yes.
Okay.
I look around to see if there's anything deadly in here, like he mentioned earlier.
Nothing visible.
All right, and this metallic thing is in like a container, right?
Yes, it's just like it's in the cylinder. It looks like there's some kind of glass or some transparent material holding it in there.
Well, I attempt to remove it.
Phase shift and jump, and I grab onto it and pull it out.
Like you attempt to phase through the material holding it?
Yes.
Alright, so phasing, going up against it, make a d20 roll.
1.
Immediately, you just get shot backwards into the back of the room.
Oh.
As soon as you saw him impact, you see this like energy barrier around it.
Well,
Now, what were you trying to do with that?
I was trying to get through the barrier. What do you think?
But why
that
would
didn't
you,
work.
But why would you be trying to steal? You don't even know what that is.
What do you mean I don't know what that is?
he is
Of
a
course I know what that is.
Cleonian, so he probably does know better than us.
It's almost like you were sent here and you weren't just following us for no reason.
Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. I was right next to you guys when you were having this secret conversation, and apparently your whisper voices were not very good. So
Interesting.
I kind of understood the assignment here, and I know that's worth a lot of money. So
Or-
I don't plan on letting you guys just take it and me get nothing.
But I feel like the only time we had this conversation was back at the office.
Right. And I didn't see you around there. You were out in the marketplace last time I saw
So
you.
the guild office is in the marketplace. It's
But he
it's
was
it's
out there, not in the building.
He was within like 10 feet from you guys.
Oh.
In theory, he could have heard you if you weren't that quiet.
Not make that clear.
Sorry, yes, he was very close to you guys. So,
Got him.
like what if you think he's lying, why don't you make an insight check? But
No point.
But the possibility of him being true is there. Let me put it that way.
Actually, I will. Good thing my character has advantage. 25.
On insight,
Yeah.
are you lying, or do you want to try to?
What is that supposed to be?
It's everything. It's a 5. I'm not lying.
Well,
You seem
yeah.
very genuine.
That still doesn't change the fact that you're trying to steal a commission already given to other people. So
Look,
that
you
is
guys can get plenty of the
punishable by the
reward.
law.
I just want my portion,
Which
which
shouldn't
I
be any part
rightfully
of
have
it.
earned, considering that I am already doing all these
Considering
things.
you almost got us killed,
How did I almost get?
you
guys
picked up
wouldn't
the
have-
object.
Some
You
sort
guys
of
wouldn't have
reaction
been
to
able
your
to get in
mask
here
with
at all
that.
if it wasn't for me.
And
you
you
guys
would've
don't have
died
soul energy.
and you would have died if we weren't here.
I'm sure I could have broken
Maybe.
through one of
Multiple
these doors.
times.
Right. But you wouldn't have gotten in, which I got you in.
You're not getting paid for this.
Dude, that's not your call to make.
It is
Yes,
if we
it
return
is.
with the orb and you're not with us.
That's a fair point.
Well, first, no matter what we have to do, we gotta take down this barrier. I go back to the button room and I start pressing buttons.
You just start pressing buttons.
Is there a console by the
If there's
the
any
floor?
like red buttons or bigger buttons, I go for those first. Can I roll for that? My success
Why don't
rate.
you go for another intelligence check
Perfect.
to see if
10.
you can interpret
Close up.
what may be.
Is there a console near the object?
There is some. There is a small console that has what looks to be like some kind of lever and like 3 switches.
Are they labeled?
They are not.
Oh, what does this do?
As you pull the lever down, you see what looks to be like the output level from the center has just kind of decreases, like kind of light around it decreases a bit. You see the glow from the object like get dimmer, but everything is still powered, but it just kind of lowers it.
I poke the barrier.
Still there.
I punch the barrier.
Still there. Feels solid.
I take out a soul knife and I just...
It pierces it slightly.
Oh, wow, look at this.
So your random pushing of buttons has caused a couple effects. Just throwing switches, you've seen certain lights turn on and off. You've seen a couple... it looks like you hear the sound of... like some metal is sliding somewhere.
I start looking around while I keep on hitting that one button. Like,
you can't see anything from where you are of what's moving, but you hear it. Does anyone else look for what's happening while he's doing this?
Is there a noise that we can hear?
Yes, you can all audibly hear the metal.
I'll look for whatever is causing
Make a perception check.
13.
Okay, it's
More ominous, right?
It is. When you go look around this corner, you can see the main door that you came in is. He's opening and closing it.
I just walk up to Boulder. Don't tell him, but that button is what opens that door.
all right, I'll keep that in mind.
So we're not gonna leave
Mm-hmm.
until we got that thing.
All right. I move on to other buttons.
Okay, another button that you see when you press it. All of you immediately feel a ringing in your head.
Oh,
Turn
what
it
is
off.
that?
Turn it off. Beep. Okay. I wonder what that was. That wasn't fun to listen to, but kind of curious.
What did you do? What was that?
Oh, just a button.
What does the button say?
Doesn't have anything here. It's just I'll press it again for you.
Stop that!
And all the lights kind of flicker when that's happening too.
I wonder what that's doing.
Wonder if that would help us with our
Yeah.
shifter problem or whatever those
See
things
if
were.
I'll turn it on again. See if that shield's flickering too.
The pain is starting to get excruciating as you guys are doing this multiple times. But hell, as you're next to the barrier, you do see it.
Okay,
It's flickering.
I'm waiting for like the moment where it flickers, and I phase shift immediately as it flickers.
Immediately phasing, you see 2 of the shadow creatures staring at you, right with their hands around the object. What do you do?
I unphase.
Did it flicker?
Stop it, stop it.
I press the button.
Okay, we've got a problem. Okay, so you know that big O shadow boy that was attacking us earlier? Well,
Yeah.
there's 2 of them, and they're both have their hands on our precious cargo, and they don't look like they're gonna want to let go.
Our precious cargo, you mean?
If you shift again,
Hour.
are they still there now that the barrier's turned on fully?
Hold on, I gotta recompose myself. I can't just keep doing that over and over again.
Nah, shifting's weird.
Okay. Phase shift again.
They are standing next to it, but they aren't holding it.
Okay, I unphase again. Oh, okay. Well, they're outside of the barrier, but they are standing right next to it.
So don't hit that button until we get rid of our shadow problem.
Except, how do we do that?
It's a great question.
What if you throw your soul thingies at where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, I just take out like one of my, purple playing cards and just throw it where they should be.
You see, like, the lighting in the room shifts as, like, darkness kind of moves around slightly.
Oh.
Well, that seemed like the right thing to do.
To be honest, I thought you were stupid, but that actually kind of worked, I think. I take out my soul katana, my spiritual weapon, and I just stab right into the force field.
Alright, make a d20 roll.
15.
Alright, piercing through, your blade does go all the way through it as it hits the object in the middle and it starts pushing it through the other side. You are putting in a lot of effort to do this. And you feel it all of a sudden pull away at like your energy, and you're actually draining exhaustion. And you've lost 2%, 3%. Now make a d20 roll.
18.
Push it through. You've lost 4% in total.
Okay. I immediately, as soon as it does that, I phase shift to see what's going on.
As soon as you phase, you see the two like shadows looking at you, and then they turn and look at the object, and they are moving.
Yeah, I'm running at it as well, and I just jump.
They're going as fast as you are.
Okay,
in
I
the
jump,
phase.
and I grab onto it, phase out, and like tuck and roll kind of thing. So I'm like in the air.
They were further away so you do make it, and then you see them appear, and like now both of you see as breaking through what looks almost like a crack in reality. They peer through as they are after the object.
What if you try and hit that button again?
Yeah, I hit it.
Hit the one that makes everyone cry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if it'll...
Hitting that, all of you feel it again. The pain
What
in
about
your
the
mind,
shadows?
and you see they do also kind of get stunned for a moment.
Stop doing that!
I stop it. Well, it looks like his vex is pretty much
And now they're
equally.
going right after him again.
Use your lightning!
One of them pinned him against the wall.
I throw a I pick up a crate that's close to me and I just throw it into the room infused with chain lightning. And it's just not only hitting them and chaining to the other one, but it's chaining back and forth because there was a lot of energy put into that.
As it kind of almost acts as like a lightning bomb in the middle, and it hits between the two of them. You see him immediately drop L. You get a little zap from being right that close to it. But
I just start like running towards like somewhere else.
Should I just open the door?
Hold on a second. Hey, throw me that orb, we'll go out together.
I can't trust you, man. Come on. You gotta at least give me part of the cut, man. Come on, what is this?
Give me 10 platinum each. Just give it over here. They're after you right now.
There's two of us.
I chuck it over.
Alright. Press that button.
Boop. I press it.
Now let's run out the front door.
Yeah,
I want you all make a d20 roll.
Oh, it's in the corner.
I made a
Ooh,
3.
That's big. 5.
17.
Good thing he has it.
Alright. So you said you got a 3?
Yes.
Alright, as you guys are starting to run out, the shadows grab Al's legs and start pulling him back in. What are you guys doing?
Rod.
Leave him?
I kind of stop.
like-
I'm like,
I grab like this energy card and I throw it at him in the face.
After thinking about it, I turn back and I pull out my claymore and hit the guy holding him with Thunder Pulse, hopefully to stun him.
And you are free.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
I jump out as fast as I can, and I phase shift immediately, and I go for the object.
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, you want to start taking from him?
Yes.
Alright. So phasing and grabbing that, make a roll. You make a roll to see if you could react fast enough to keep it.
9.
7.
Yes.
Don't. Yes, you steal it successfully.
Okay. I grab it. I don't run super far. I only run like 10 feet. And, okay. I'm pretty exhausted. Alright, so yeah, I only run 10 feet and I unphase. I'm like, okay, I have it. Here's my proposition.
As you guys are walking out, you see like one of the shadows. He puts his foot out, and as soon as it hits the sun, his shit evaporates, and they are just kind of looming in this area while looking out.
Got him! Okay, alright, here. I'm not gonna take this from you if you guys help me. I'll give this to you. But there's an item that I've lost, and I can't get it back. And I actually need your guys' help. Since
What do you think?
you especially, with the detective skills, I need that. I can't do it without it. So, please, let me give this to you. You can take all the reward. I don't want any of it. I just need help getting this one item back, and I can't do it without your investigative skills. Do we have a deal?
What is this item?
That's a personal item. It was taken from me. I promise, it was mine.
Let me ask you something. And I just try to. Are you a good person?
For the most part. Why?
I need to know that I'm helping somebody good.
Alright,
Someone well-intentioned.
I have
someone who's
had my
positive.
moments where I've fallen from grace, so to speak. But it doesn't mean that I don't care about people, alright? You know, that's where I draw the line. I care about people, I just care about, other things. I care about their life, about, who they are as a person. I just don't really care if they have one thing or not, if I have that thing. You know what I'm saying?
And what's in it for us?
Look, okay. In this place, there's a few, ancient items, so to speak. And you guys can have a pick of them. I just need mine back.
Could you be
So
talking about like
stealing
inscribed
from somebody?
weapons?
Yeah, yes, we are stealing from somebody. However, he stole it from me. So it's only fair.
And is this guy a bad man?
This guy is not human. And not humanoid either. So, take it how you will.
But is he evil?
He doesn't seem nice. He stole my stuff. Come on, man. Come on. Let's just do this deal and get it done. It's gonna benefit us all. You know how valuable this item is. In fact, you probably don't, actually. This is even more valuable than they say.
I suppose I can tag along for it.
I want to get paid for
One
that item,
job.
so
Let's go, baby! Okay, alright, here you go. I toss it back to him. Alright, I'm hands off.
So what do you suppose we do with this?
should we sell it to those guys or someone for a higher price then?
Well,
What does this even do?
it's kind of hard to explain. It's a very reactive material, and it can be shaped and molded depending on how you infuse it with certain soul energy. In fact, actually, I'm revealing a lot of personal information here, so this is my act of goodwill towards you. My mask is made out of part of it.
And what do you suppose we could do with it if we didn't give it back to them?
I don't know if you guys could use it specifically, but anybody with soul abilities can. So you just find somebody who actually wants it, and they will pay a hefty price for that bad boy.
Do you know what Lantheon will use it for?
No idea. I don't even know many soul walkers in Lantheon. I do know actually a couple.
Interesting.
But I don't know if they'd want it. They probably would.
Well, we should still probably stay on the side of our country. I can't see them doing anything wrong with it, so... They said it was going to be used for an energy source. Do you think that's possible for this item?
Oh, definitely. It could definitely be used for an energy source. In fact, it could be a very good energy source.
So, then I say we just sell it back to them as planned.
You
Now,
should
what if we
also...
find out more answers before we give it
You should
back?
at least have
You
them
could
try and
try.
pay you more. I'm just saying. But if you don't want to, that's
What if
fine.
we don't tell them we found it? We ask them what it was used for. We can always give it to them and say we had a re-examination and stuff before we hand it over.
Yeah, we could try that.
I don't
Either
like
way, we
giving
should
things
probably
away of
get
power.
on the ship and start heading back.
Yeah, let's get away from those shadow things. I don't want to have anything to do with it ever again. Thank you very much.
that.
Actually, looking back, you don't see them anymore.
They burned up in the light.
They might have.
Safe.
Or they just
Gives me the
went back
heebie-jeebies.
into the ship.
Well, I can tell you they were following me around in the soul realm, so that was very disturbing. Do not like that feeling.
How big is this object?
It's bigger than like a baseball, but it's not quite as big as a basketball. So it's
But it's more of a cylinder shape.
no, it's like an orb shape, but it's kind of like
It wasn't in a cylinder, though?
it was in like a cylinder shaped
Oh, I get
container,
it,
but
okay.
it's like it was an orb, but it was excuse me, it was always slightly changing, and even in your hand, it kind of like almost like melting around your hand a little bit and just like forming to the shape of it. It feels soft and pliable, but it's a really weird feeling because it also feels hard and solid at the same time. It's hard to describe because it does feel like metal, but it feels very moldable.
Alright. Let's go back.
If I were skilled enough to use that, I would, but I'm not. So,
Let's go back and inquire a little more.
No, I agree.
It does seem like we could keep this for our own good.
let me tell you, you've got an adventure ahead with coming with me, because, whew, I know some stuff. Alright, you guys ready for an adventure or what? Woo!
And that's where we'll end it.
All right.
Great.
Well, thank you for watching Masters and Martyrs. Join us next week for the next part of this series. And thank you for Sirenscape for providing the music for our sessions. And always comment your favorite part down there. We really want to hear it. It brings us a lot of joy to hear which part stood out to you as a favorite. And like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.